My name is Rosa Opong. I am a mother of a 10-month-old baby, adorable baby. His name is Shronko.
My name is Joyce. I'm a mother of three wonderful girls.
I was happy. I was elated. I don't know. I was thinking about a mini me. It came out a boy, and he's adorable anyway, like me. But I was very, very happy. I was happy. Yeah. I think he was fine. Like, I don't know, men mask their emotions sometimes, but I think he was happy about it too. He's not the kind of person to show too much excitement. So yeah, but I think he was happy about it too. That's what I think, yeah. Pregnancy was tough. It was really difficult. Like, people have a lot of difficult times in pregnancy. I would say I had one of those. I had fainting spells. I couldn't eat. Like, not just first trimester, all throughout. It was in the last trimester that I was a little okay. Like, maybe the last 2 months or so. No, the last trimester I was a little okay. But first 2 trimesters were really, really bad. Really bad. I couldn't work. At a point, I couldn't talk. Like, I couldn't drink water. It was a very bad experience, I would say. It was a challenging experience, yes. My husband says people have gone through worse things, that people who are bedridden throughout. At least I was at home, and at a point I had to come to work. So I came to him, which was very helpful because the team of social workers that I work with were like really awesome people. So after some time I was looking forward to actually coming to work. How I coped, it was generally prayer. Really, a friend of mine, Jeremiah, I'm sure you watch this. Jeremiah told me that pregnancy the empire because what will work for person A will not work for person B. You might take cold water and you'll be fine. Someone else might take cold water and the person will throw up. So I would say prayer. Like, God was in it throughout. Sometimes when I fainted, I would get discouraged, but then I'll come back up and then I'll be fine. I remember even fainting at a salon. I had gone to braid my hair, and all of a sudden I was just going down. I had to go and sleep at the owner of the salon's house, which was like behind the salon in you. It was an interesting experience, but basically it was God, and then also support from my husband, support from my work colleagues as well, also from my siblings and then my parents. So yeah. At a point, I had to move to my sister's house because I was best cared for over there. And one of the things I looked for, because I couldn't talk a lot. So here's the thing. I was advised not to talk a lot because it made me spit a lot. And I wasn't drinking enough water to replace the water I was losing. So I risked being dehydrated. So I wasn't advised to talk. And really, when I spoke, because I like to talk, I spoke for a long time and I became very tired. Like, I'll start speaking in a very slow, sluggish manner, and like I've run out of breath, run out of energy. So I had to keep to myself a lot of times. One of the things my husband did that I really appreciated was bringing me books. I really love to read, but because of work, I had stopped reading after a while, and then finally I have an escape route. Like, I don't have to be in my head the whole time. I actually get to go into other people's heads through what they have written. It was a wonderful experience. So I really remember that, and I appreciated that. Going to my sister's place was also good. The fact that I had somewhere to go to. I mean, there are people who hardly have any family, or they are not really on good terms with family, so they can't really go to their family members' places. But my sister opened her doors to me, and I went to her place, and she took really good care of me. I also had other mother figures. I spent some time with a friend's mother, Mrs. Bridget Norty. Thank you so much. She really took care of me. She introduced me to a variety of foods that I could try to see what will work for me. I still remember her contemporary food stew, which was really good. I'll have some very soon. Auntie Bridget, I'll come and see you. And also work, like I said earlier. I had to come to work at a point, and initially it was a little tiring because my office is upstairs, so I had to be downstairs. But with time, my work colleagues were really fun. Like, I loved being around them. I loved coming to the office. I looked forward to coming to the office, and I didn't mind climbing the stairs to come to the office to sit with my work colleagues. I think that they made such a huge difference in the final trimester, because it was around that time that I started coming to work. So yeah, these things were very, very helpful. And also prayer, like I said initially, prayer, like my relationship with God became really stronger, because at that point I realized that there's no format, there's no tactics, there's nothing that will take me through this. It's just God, basically. So I also relied on Him.
For my 3 pregnancies, morning sickness ran through all of them. The first one was quite manageable. The second one, I was admitted because of the morning sickness. And then after the bout of morning sickness came severe waist pain, where I couldn't walk, stand, or carry anything, not even a bucket of water to take my bath. Then afterwards, I was a little better. I was able to go to work. And then the 3rd trimester, I had severe heartburns. For the 3rd pregnancy, it was almost like the first, so manageable morning sickness, and then severe heartburns for the 3rd trimester. The severe heartburns ran through all 3 pregnancies. So I've come to realize it's something with me. So if in the future I have any more, it will definitely happen. Technically, pregnancy affects all the body systems. So one of the effects it has on the digestive system is that there's a sphincter between the esophagus and then the stomach. So during pregnancy, the hormone progesterone relaxes that sphincter, so the acid from the stomach easily gets into the esophagus, and then it burns that area. I mean, the acid is meant to stay in your stomach and not to come into the esophagus. So when it does come into the esophagus, then you start experiencing the heartburns. I used to take an antacid, and then I also decided to have my last meal of the day latest by 3 p.m. So after 3 p.m., no matter what you give me, I will not eat. Yeah, so that's what I did.
Oh, labor. First of all, it was supposed to be a CS. I wasn't expecting to go into labor. Long story short, I went into labor. So I hadn't gone through any teachings and education on labor, how to push blood. I knew nothing. I didn't know jack. I would say labor was deathly. Like, it was horrible, excruciating pain that you can't even describe. I can't say it's like someone pinching you, someone stabbing you, like a mixed bag of different kinds of pain. It was really, 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 really tough. Yeah, I went went into labor at midnight, had the baby at night, I think in the evening around 9ish. When I had my son, first I felt relief because that labor was tough. So it was a lot of relief. And then it suddenly dawned on me that like this child is my responsibility. Like he's going to depend on me literally for life, for the next couple of months. The baby can't do anything. Like I will have to pick the baby up. I remember they came to put the baby in a cot beside me. And then I went to bed and then I woke up the following morning and then I was like, the baby didn't feed the whole night, so I felt really bad. But initially it was relief, and then the joy didn't come immediately. No, it wasn't anxiety. It was like what next? What am I going to do next? I was excited that he was there. Like I was happy that the labor had ended, but then I was like, so what next? How am I going to manage this child? And
induction was done on Tuesday morning, and then the contractions started. Not that much, they will come, intensify a little bit and then just go off. So on the Tuesday, I was just walking about normally. It was just like having menstrual cramps. Then Tuesday night, I realized the pain had increased. I couldn't sleep at night. It was so painful, I couldn't sleep. Then Wednesday morning, I was managing the pain small. So at about 11:30 a.m., the midwives told me they had to do a vaginal examination to ascertain whether labor had really started. According to them, I was comporting myself very well, so they couldn't believe that I was really in labor. So they did the examination, and then the cervix was 4 centimeters dilated. Then they told me to pack my things into the labor ward. So my husband and I, we packed the things and then went into the labor ward. Thankfully, that day I was the only woman in labor, so it means we had the labor ward to ourselves. And then we went in there. I don't want to go into that. All the crying, all the pain, all the massages went on over there. So in about an hour's time, the cervix was fully dilated. I told my husband to go and tell the midwife I was having the urge to push. So she came and then checked, and I was really fully dilated. And then I delivered. For the second one, apart from the waist pain and all those things that happened earlier, labor was quite uneventful. I think it started around 12 a.m. I woke up because of the pain. Unknown to my husband was also awake looking at me. So he asked me what's wrong with me. I said, labor had started. And then he said we should prepare and go to the hospital. So I told him I could manage with the pain, so we should wait till 6 a.m. He was very insistent that we should go. So I put a few things in place. Eventually we got to the hospital around 4:30 a.m. They did the examination. According to the lady who did the examination, the cervix was 2 centimeters dilated. In about 30 minutes, the kind of pain I was feeling, I just thought to myself, no, this is not the kind of pain I should be having if my cervix is only 2 centimeters dilated. So I called them to come and check again, because I started having the feeling to push, the urge to push. One lady came, did the VE again, and then she didn't say anything to me, and then she left. So I asked, what the dilatation was, and they couldn't really tell me. As soon as she left, I just couldn't hold it again. So I called out to them that the baby was coming. And then they came, and then truly the baby was coming. So they now had to go and open my bag and then set up and then help with the delivery. At delivery, I had what we call after pains. It feels like labor all over again. You can't do anything. Like, it just feels like you are going through labor again. Although you have already delivered, placenta is out. I experienced that for about 3 days before I was okay. For the third labor, I started having some contractions on Monday, and then myself, I did video myself and I saw blood show, meaning labor had started. So I packed my things, ordered an Uber, and went to the hospital. This time I went alone because my husband was at work. And upon reaching there, they examined me, and then they said the cervix was 4 centimeters dilated. I was very happy because my 2 previous experiences with labor were short. They normally start at 4. In 30 minutes to 1 hour, I have delivered. So I was hopeful this one was going to be the same. So I texted my husband that they said the cervix was 4 centimeters. But along the line, the contractions weren't increasing in frequency and volume. It was just normal for me. So every midwife who would come around would just come and tell me, hey, you are really managing the pain, no? Or is it because you are a midwife, you don't want to display over here? And then I would just smile. So I prompted them that the contractions were not that strong, so they had to augment with a drug. So after the augmentation, the real deal began. So I labored from that time into the night till I delivered Tuesday dawn. Yeah, so for the third one, I really felt it. I really cried. I really made noise. That is not, it's not like me. Yes, but for the third one, I did that. Then when she finally came out, I bled a little more than the first 2.
I can't get up and go anywhere without plan. Even if I have to leave him at home and go fix my hair, I have to plan ahead of time what he's having for breakfast, what he's having for lunch. And if I'm not coming around lunchtime, I have to express breast milk and keep in the fridge for him or the freezer for him. Like, my life is no longer mine. I have to plan ahead of time and make sure he's always in the picture. So life has really changed. I mean, I love wearing heels. I can't wear heels for long. He's heavy. Putting him at my back is breaking. If I wear heels for longer, I'll have extended back pain. So, but I mean, what is heels compared to an adorable son? I'll say it's been tough as a first-time mother. It's been a learning process, mainly. I feel that everyone has first-time mothers. Generally, because it's your first time, there are a lot of things that you don't expect to happen, so they really hit you in the face. Also, I didn't have help for the first couple of weeks, for like, I don't know, I think 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and it was difficult. Like, I didn't have help, no house help, just myself and my husband. It was very tough. Those were some very tough times. So it wasn't easy at all, and I felt that, like, if I had more help, it would have been very helpful. So my mom wasn't available, neither was my husband's mother. My sister was also not available. Unfortunately, like around that time, a lot of people were not available. Also, the baby came 2 weeks before the expected time. So plans we had made to get a nanny from nanny agencies, they had given us 2 weeks, and we were expecting that the baby would come in 2 weeks. And the baby came, so we didn't have a nanny, we didn't even have a house help, we didn't have anybody. Like, it was really tough.
So, being a mother of 3 daughters, there is that constant need. You need support. You always need, like, you always wish you had someone to help you with things. I mean, they are all toddlers as it is. So, and there's a lot of running around. They can't really sit still for a long time. They get bored easily. Before I became a mother, I used to think that I'm going to be this terrific mom who will do fun things with her children. In fact, my mom tells me when I was younger, I said I'll have 3 girls. And really, I've had 3 girls. I remember I had names for them. I think Meredith, Marilyn, and something. I've forgotten the third name. So I always thought I'll be terrific, I'll be fun, you know. But no, it's not like that. My mind is always focused on work. So from this, I have to do that. From that, I have to do this. Even when they are at school, I don't rest that much. I want to get as much done before they come home. There's always so much laundry to be done. It's like the laundry basket is insatiable. You take everything out today, do the laundry. Today, it will be half filled by evening. They are adorable. We have fun with their hair, with ribbons, with modeling. They wear my shoes. I remember when I was pregnant with the third one, the first 2 used to roll up their clothes and put it under their dresses to make it look like they also have their belly. Then sometimes they will blow balloons and put it there and come and show me. They will ask me, is it because I ate too much that my tummy has become big? Then I would say yes. Eventually, when I told them it was a baby, when is the baby coming out? Where will the baby pass and come out? How would the baby? A whole lot of questions. You know, when I ask for water, is it the baby who wants the water? The baby asked you to drink water. Then I'll say yes. You know, so yeah, sometimes too they roll up dresses, put under their blouses like they have breasts, and then they'll be working about modeling, you know. Yes, when you are dressing up, they want to be dressed up as well. They want some of your lip gloss, some of your pencil, and all of that. In as much as I enjoy braiding their hair, sometimes you start with one, you know, you are braiding one's hair, and the other one is already calling you. She's also ready for her hair to be braided. Sometimes you finish with one, style it, and then the other one is like, I want the same thing. Yeah, so it's challenging in that sense. And then sometimes too you are sort of compelled to dress them up the same way. It makes it hard for them to realize that they are individuals. So you have to work at telling them that you are different from the other person. Because they are girls, there are some things my husband can't do for them. Yes, so it sort of puts all of that on me. For instance, he can't bath them. especially the older one, because she asks a lot of questions. We want them to know that their sexuality is different from that of their father. Their father is a male, they are females. So we want to inculcate that into them. And then we also want to let them know that some touches are all right and some touches are not. Life has been different since motherhood. I used to read a lot. Now I can't do much of reading. I used to sleep a lot. Now I can't. I can't travel lightly or travel light. Okay. I have to pack a lot of things. Even if it's not a sleepover, I have to pack a lot of things. Because I have a 4-month-old and I'm breastfeeding, I have to be mindful of the kind of things I wear. She doesn't like the bottle. When you express and give to her, she will not take. So I have to wear dresses like this. Now we have to be mindful of the kind of things we say at home. There are some words we can't use anymore because we have children now. We have to be intentional about the kind of food we eat at home. We have to watch a lot of cartoons now. Yes, and then I do wake up a lot at night to breastfeed and then to also wake the kids up, the older ones, so they can pee. Sometimes I'm not able to enjoy my meal because you are in the middle of a meal, someone decides to do number 2 while you are eating, and then she'll be calling you from inside that she's done. So you have to go and wipe, take care of her, and then come back to your meal. And then I've gained a lot of weight. I'm still trying to shed, but I can't come and kill myself, you know. So I wear flats a lot these days because I'll be carrying the baby around.
I would say it's worth it. Funny, when I was pregnant and I was like going through a lot, people would say, oh, the baby will come and it will be worth it. I was like, I'm tired. Like, I'm really tired, I'm spent. But when the baby comes, like, nothing can bring you this much joy. Absolutely nothing can bring you this much joy. So it's worth it. If you are offered help, take it. Plan ahead of time and try to get help. I'm saying this because I didn't get much help, but if you have help, you're fine. Like, you're very fine. But don't be super mom. Try to take help if you're offered some help, and don't be too hard on yourself. You can't have it all figured out. This is a life entrusted in your hands. You are free to make mistakes. People make worse mistakes. People bang their babies' heads against, I didn't though, bang their babies' heads against walls and things like that. And it's frightening. And it's okay to be frightened or be afraid in the first couple of weeks. Seriously, you can't even figure it out all the way till the child is even 18. So trust God and take it easy on yourself. You are trying, you are doing your best. No one loves the baby as much as you do, so just put in all the effort you can and really leave the rest to God, because there's only so much you can do.
The thing is, parenting is hard, it's difficult. No one tells you, and people are quick to judge your parenting skills. But all in all, your child is your child. You are the one who knows your child. You are the one who knows what is best for your child. You are the one who knows how you want your child to turn out. Don't beat yourself to it. You are doing a wonderful job. And please find time to take care of yourself. It doesn't have to be over the top. You can just go out for a walk from all the noise at home. You can just pick a book and read. Don't feel bad about it. You don't have to neglect yourself because of them. Eat well, dress well, feel good about yourself. Don't allow anyone to impose their beliefs on how you're supposed to raise your children on you. You are the child's mother. You know your child more than the outsiders. It could be your friends, it could be your extended family members, it could even be the internet, social media. Sit down, know your child, and then do what you think is best for them based on how you want them to turn out in the future. I'll also say you should set healthy boundaries for them, also based on how you want them to turn out in future, so that outsiders do not infiltrate their walls, break them, because you've put a lot of work into raising them into how you want them to be. Then someone from outside just comes in and then messes everything up. It's not the best. Set up healthy boundaries and insist that these boundaries are respected. You should be open to suggestions from other people, but at the back of your mind, know that the last decision lies with you. When you are a first-time mother, you are very excited that you are going to have a child, you're going to have a baby. One thing I've come to realize is that first-time mothers buy a lot of unnecessary baby items. So this is what I would say. Take your time. Buy the first few baby items that are needed. As the baby grows, based on the baby's needs and based on how you want your life to be, then you buy more.